Pippi and Tahiti, the musical. Let's begin, shall we?
Oh, I'll do anything to get this part.
All right, everyone, settle down. Now, I'd like to thank some of our talented students, as well as some of our not-so-talented students. Really, Rachel Hobbs, what were you doing? Now, before I announce our leading lady today, I'd like to give a special thank you to Mike and Betty Lerman for generously offering to supply us with everything we need to build our sets and sew our costumes. So a special thank you to those Lermans. And now, the star of our show will be Miss Louise Lerman. You had your heart set on playing Pippi.
I don't understand. Louise looks too Jewish to play Pippi.
Tina, so what if she gets to play Pippi? You get to be Puddles.
But I don't want to play the dog.
Puddles doesn't sing, Puddles doesn't talk. It's a stupid mime part.
I hate mime.
Everyone does.
Oh, I hate Louise Lerman.
Tina, be nice.
But look at me. I was born to play Pippi. I am Pippi.
Tina, would you consider being the Lerman girls' understudy?
Wait a minute. You mean I would have to learn all of Pippi's lines, all of Pippi's dances, and all of Pippi's songs, and there's a chance that I won't play Pippi?
Unless, of course, something were to happen to the Lerman girl.
I'll do it.
All right, everyone, let's take it from right after the storm at sea. Places, people, go Louise. Coconuts, mangoes, this must be Tahiti. And I'm Pippi. Pippi's so shocking. And I want you to meet my best friends. Careful you don't get fleas. Come on out, Puddles. Rough. Shake. Shake. You're supposed to shake my hand. It's in the script.
Yeah? Well, I didn't get a script.
Miss Thorne, I can't act like this.
You can't act, period.
Desire, hack, chorus, girl.
Miss Thorne!
You don't have the range to play Pippi. A student died today at Turner Elementary. It seems a young girl accidentally hung herself with a jump rope from the catwalk high above the stage in the school's auditorium. The parents have been notified, so I've been authorized to inform you that the dead child is... The dead child was 9-year-old Louise Lerman.
Oh, that poor little girl.
Yes, that poor little girl.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Sylvia.
Hello, sweetheart.
Guess what? Louise Lerman got killed.
I know, sweetheart. And if you wanted to cry, or maybe stop smiling, I'd understand.
Why would I cry? I didn't get killed.
Okay. Tina, why don't you run upstairs and get ready for dinner? I'd say she's taking this rather well. I suppose. Oh, Tina, you left your backpack. Tina? Oh, I'll get it. Louise's Pippi wig? You don't think? No. Not my precious Tina. She couldn't have. Shh.
I was born to play Pippi.
Not my sweet, perfect little Tina. Shh.
I'll do anything to get this part.
There's no way that my baby killed that chunky Lerman girl.
Shh. I hate Louise Lerman.
Oh my goodness. Bravo, Judy, bravo. You solved the case of the dead fat girl who couldn't sing or dance. Mazel tov. Tina, get down here, please.
Yes, Mother?
Tina, did you murder Louise Lerman?
What? No! I swear I wasn't naughty, Mama!
Oh, knock it off, Tina, you're not that good! You did it, didn't you?
Whatever do you mean, Mother?
The jig's up, Toots. Just tell her the truth.
I told Louise how much I wanted to play Pippi, but all she said was, "Over my dead body." So I chased her up the catwalk, threw the rope around her fat neck, and pushed her over the edge. Tina, you ended a human life over a part in a play? Not just any part, Mother. The lead. Tina needed the love and support that only a courageous parent could provide. So I turned her in and had her committed to 10 years in a correctional facility. This place is a hellhole.
Tina, you did good. You'll be out of there soon enough, and then you'll have it all. Just wait and see. You've got talent. The key to success is ruthlessness.
The key to success is ruthlessness.
And God knows, you're one ruthless bitch.
Thank you.
Nothing in this world can take the place of persistence, neither talent nor genius or education. Persistence and dedication alone are omnipotent. The slogan, "Press on," has solved and always will solve the problems of the human race. These words, spoken by American President Calvin Coolidge, are timeless. They reflect upon the importance of persistence and dedication, and how such devotion can play a vital role in solving the problems of our time. Such is true with America's efforts in dealing with our financial crisis, which has proven to have been one of the most problematic domestic issues that we have faced in years, with the Associated Press of January 17th of 2010 reporting that jobs in America continue to be cut at unprecedented rates from payrolls. It's easy to see why the United States is in such dire need of financial reform. And it's because of this that many economists today suggest that the best way that the United States can put Americans back to work in decent and well-paying jobs is by investing in green technology. It's for this reason that we find it necessary to ask ourselves the question at hand. How can environmental reform and economic growth promotion go hand in hand? Today, we'll see that the clear and definite answer to this question is by the United States investing in green technology. We'll expound upon this by examining 3 essential points. First, understanding how the United States has bought into green technology. Second, the benefits that this has for America's financial system. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, how the United States can make these benefits a reality. But first, it's important to understand that ever since the year of 2005, the United States has been investing in green technology at an unprecedented rate. When scientists across the world discovered a hole in the ozone layer that was causing harmful ultraviolet radiation from the sun to penetrate Earth's atmosphere, many industrialized giants across the world pointed to the United States as the culprit, the #1 emitter of carbon into the atmosphere and the #1 consumer of natural resources, as much as 20% of the world's coal supply. This is not the only problem that America has faced in its energy crisis. As economist Robert J. Samuelson writes in The Economist magazine on February 6th of 2010, the United States for the longest time has been bound almost inextricably to other countries for commodities such as oil. And in response to this, the United States has been investing in new ways that can invest in new technologies as an alternative resource. As green tech specialist Stephen Lau Ming writes in the Associated Press on January 21st of 2010, ever since the year of 2005, the United States has been further investing in new energy resources, such as ethanol, biofuels, and geothermal energy that have created jobs in the United States and made America more efficient in the long run. The Congressional Budget Office reports that ever since the United States began investing in such technologies, we've created about 900,000 jobs per year, making green technology one of the best ways that the United States can create new jobs in America. Now, this in turn leads us to our second point of interest, the benefits that green technology has for the United States economy. One of the main problems of our economic recession is that production in America has begun to outstrip demand. The United States is consuming more than it's producing. Our federal budget deficit now stands at $1.6 trillion, and the United States are being cut from payrolls and their jobs at unprecedented rates. The main solution to this, according to many economists, is for the United States to invest in green technology, which has proven time and time again to create decent and well-paying jobs in America. As Brookings chief economist Samuel Pierce writes in an article taken from the Brookings Institute dated February 16th of 2010, if the United States invests in green technology, it will be highly beneficial for the United States financial system. Ever since the passing of the Economic Recovery and Reinvestment Act in 2009, the United States spent about $15 billion in investing in new technologies to make America's power plants and power grids more efficient. Even though green technology investment was the least amount of money spent in America's Economic Recovery and Reinvestment Act to create new jobs, we created around 2.5 million jobs just because of our green tech energy alone. This makes green tech reform one of the best ways America can get back on its feet financially, creating new and well-paying jobs for the United States and getting back on the right track financially. Now, this in turn leads us to our third and final point, how the United States can make these benefits a reality. It's quite clear that over the past several months, the United States has focused in the wrong ways in creating new jobs in America. As reported to us by the National Bureau of Economic Research on February 15th of 2010, during the passing of the Economic Recovery and Reinvestment Act of 2009, the United States focused largely on creating infrastructure jobs, and although numerous, these jobs were not long-lasting. Once America's roads and bridges were fixed, workers were laid off and the unemployment rate started to rise. But as economist Robert J. Samuelson further reports in his article taken from the New York Times on February 15th of 2010, the United States can create decent and well-paying jobs with green technology, but by the United States spending $30 billion instead of the mere $15 billion we spent in the Recovery Act, the United States could create about 5 million jobs from now until 2015. This is of dire importance since the United States and its unemployment rate currently stands at 9.7%. And one of the best things about climate change legislation is Democrats and Republicans both agree on the issue. One of the main problems in passing major reform in the United States has been the lack of cooperation between Democrats and Republicans. But as reported to us by an article taken from the Wall Street Journal dated February 16th, 2010, Democrats and Republicans, although many are skeptical about the existence of global warming, have both recognized the importance of investing in green technology. And with President Barack Obama pressing the issue of cap and trade, which would regulate the amount of carbon emissions from America's coal refineries, the United States can begin to put people back to work in decent and well-paying jobs, therefore benefiting the entire United States economy. Due to the plethora of issues that we face in our American financial system, we found it necessary to ask ourselves today's question: how can environmental reform and economic growth promotion go hand in hand? Today, we've seen that the clear and definite answer to this question is for the United States to invest in green technology. And in order to arrive at this conclusion, we examined 3 essential points. First, understanding how America has invested in green technology. Second, understanding the benefits it has for America's financial system. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, how the United States can make these benefits a reality. Thank you.
So there I was, gutting the skulls of these kids on that bus so I could... Oh. Well, that perked you up pretty fast, didn't it? You were all waiting on that one, weren't you? When's he going to start talking about the killing and the blood and the gore? Well, that's what you came for, isn't it? Hey, how often do you get this close to a so-called serial killer? Well, most people, never. Some people, well, almost never. But in my case, 8 people. Once. Meet Archie Nunn, all-American serial killer on death row. Responsible for a series of brutal random murders, his final request is a night at the theater to tell his story. Just days before his execution, Archie taunts the audience with tales of his childhood at Disney World, his love of television, and the event that began his reign of terror. So I Killed a Few People by Gary Rudderman and David Summers. Welcome to my freak show! My court-approved freak show. Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. I'm so glad you could attend. Come inside. Come inside. Bet you never heard a guy who bludgeoned a crossing guard quote Emerson, Lake, and Palmer. Didn't think I'd know pop culture. Well, I didn't spend all my time killing. I read. I watch TV. I used to go to the movies. Hell, I still get my delivery of People magazine in here. So what are you folks doing here anyway? You know, if there's one thing I've learned over the years, and I've actually learned a lot, it's that people are fascinated by death. Now let me set you straight. I am going to die. I deserve to die. It's the law. I'm not arguing with it. But I'm not going to stand here and listen to a bunch of people who don't know me talk about my death. That's why I'm here. You know, I thought so many people interested in my death hell. Why not tell them about my life? My life. Me. Now, where to start? Orlando, Florida. Orlando is without a doubt a company town. I mean, the company store specializes in Goofy t-shirts. Goofy t-shirts! Disney runs that city with an iron fist. Now, my dad was an electrical engineer for Disney. Nice guy my dad is. He's kind of quiet. You know, I favor that in a person. Because nowadays, everybody's got an opinion on anything, and, you know, I wish they would just shut up. You know what? I am proud of my dad. Now, my mom, on the other hand, well, she was a cut from some different drapery. Happy to Mom meant vodka martinis for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with bourbon snacks throughout the day. She was a social climber, you'd say. I will tell you this. I have been all over this country, from Disney World to Disneyland, and I was a robot like all of you. When we were younger, we could walk around with the big mouse ears or wear the huge foam hands and think it was okay just because Disney said so. And I used to watch the movies and the TV shows, you know, buy into the whole image. But there is no greater problem in our society today than the effect that Disney is having on our kids. Now, I've boiled down the entire Disney credo into 2 messages. Number 1, all inanimate objects have the ability to sing. All of them. And 2, if you're ugly, a cripple, or a freak, good things will happen to you. If you're a beast, you'll find the beauty. If you're a hunchback, some beautiful gypsy woman will want to be your friend. Now, if Disney really wanted to help the little kids, they'd show them movies and TV shows that are more real. And send them out a real message about life. And that is this. If you're an ugly, crippled freak, here's what's going to happen to you. Nothing. People will hate you. Teachers are not going to call on you. No one's going to ask you to the prom. Colleges will reject you based on your looks. You're not going to interview well. You'll never find a lover. You should kill yourself. You should kill those that don't like you. One day these kids are going to wake up and learn the realities of life and figure out all this stuff, and then they're going to snap. They're going to lose it, and then blam! Disney has created more serial killers than the entire state of Wisconsin. Excuse me. Guess I should be more gracious. So the warden went over some items, like filling out a will and reminding me that I would be asked for my last words. I'll tell you what I think I'm going to say. I'm going to tell them something that no one knows about. You know, it's probably the only time I've ever killed out of genuine anger. The only time I lost something that I truly cared for. It was my first time. My first killing. Now, I've told you my dad was a good man, and well, that's the truth, but when I was younger, he really didn't have much time for me. And my mom. Well, let's just say I was raised on television. TV was my mother. Father, priest, friend. You know, you have to admit how valuable television is. I mean, it's got comedy, drama, news, history, and it's always there for me. When I did want to be alone, all I had to do was turn off the TV and all my little friends would go away. They'd understand and they'd be waiting there for me when I did want to get back together again. I mean, any questions I had could be answered by Fred McMurray or Mr. French. And I knew that no matter how many times Wile E. Coyote fell off that cliff, next day I'd turn on the TV and he'd be right back up there again. Lesson learned. And the best part, they're never going to be too tired to play or too busy. She was in the other room raising a racket and breaking stuff when all of a sudden I hear heavy breathing. I turn around and she's standing in the doorway, panting, sweating, weaving back and forth and holding a claw hammer in her hand. "What do you plan on doing with that hammer?" I asked her. "Something I should have done a long time ago," she said. That she had lost it. I mean, I wasn't afraid of her. She was puny. I knew I could take her. But then I realized that I was not the object of her anger. I leapt at her, but before I could do anything, it was too late, and she put the hammer through my friend. There was an explosion of glass and sparks, and then they were gone. All gone. And I just stood there and stared at the hole in the TV, and she screamed, "Now maybe you'll listen to me." And through my rage, with the calmest voice I could muster, I said, "It'll be okay. I'll just clean up the mess." Now this confused her. She was ready for a knockdown, drag-out fight. Slowly, she handed me the hammer, and as she turned to get a dustpan, I buried the claw of the hammer into the back of her head and dragged her back into the room. She started screaming, so I took the blunt end of the hammer and I smashed it into her. Then she fell, holding her throat, making like she's barking and gasping for air. So I started to say, "What is it, girl? What is it, lassie? Did Timmy fall into a well?" Now she really starts crying, but I could tell she's just trying to manipulate me, turn my friends against me. Actually, she owed my friends an apology. So I pick her up, grab her by the neck, and I throw her head first into the TV. "You say you're sorry. You say you're sorry to my friends!" I pick up the hammer and I bring it down. "You tell them you're sorry! You tell Aunt B you're sorry! Johnny Quest! Johnny Carson! Tell them what they've won, Johnny!" And then I realized she wasn't moving anymore. I let the body drop and it fell out of the TV. Never having killed before, I was at a loss for what to do. I mean, it wasn't as good as real television, but I was fascinated by it. It was like I was making my own kind of TV. I liked this show. I wanted to see this show again. So what are you folks really doing here? I mean, I don't know why you're here. Maybe you want to pity me or curse me or kill me or kiss me. I don't really care. All I know is one thing. I'm not surprised. Welcome to my freak show. Well, that's what you came for, isn't it?
Salam, ace detective, was on the case. He crept around the old warehouse, searching for the green shark. Something big was about to happen. Wow! Rockfist fought like a crazed tiger. His evil enemy crashed to the ground.
Yeah!
The star-faced thug tried to get away, but was slammed into a screen. Bam! Boom, boom, pow! Awesome! But he wasn't done yet. Rockfist picked him up and threw him into the air. Another victim to the hero's well-oiled combat skills. But they just kept coming and coming and coming, and soon the numbers became so great that he got shoved into a dim oven, and his foot got stuck in the door, and right
Kevin!
Yeah, Dad?
Kevin, is your light still on?
Nope.
It had better not be. It's past 10.
I know. I'm sorry.
Good night, then.
Night.
Kevin!
Love you.
The Boy Who Fell into a Book.
By Alan Ayckbourn.
I can't go to sleep until I find out what happens. Rockfist might suffocate, or they might light the oven, or fill it with gas or water, or anything. They might really.
Hold it right there, kid. I got a 22 in my sock, a 38 in my vest, a 45 in my hand, and anger in my eyes, and they're all pointing straight at you. Kind of.
Where are we? Who are you?
Who am I? Who are you?
Who am I? Who are you?
Who are you?
Who am I?
Who am I?
What?
Who are you?
My name is Kevin Carter. This is my bedroom.
Well, my name's Rockfist Slim, and this is an oven.
Rockfist Slim?
Yeah,
Okay, let me make sure I got this straight. We were trapped in this oven by the green shark.
How'd you know that?
Well, it's really hard to explain it.
Well, give it a shot.
Okay. Well, I think I fell into the book.
My book.
Really, I have no idea, but I'll make you a deal. If you help me get home, I'll help you find the green shark.
And how can you help me?
I own the book. I'll just go home and skip ahead and find out the green shark's identity.
Right. You got yourself a deal, Calvin.
It's Kevin.
Whatever. Now, stand back. Let's get out of here. Good thing my fist is made of solid titanium. So where are we now?
Don't look at me. This is your book.
I've never seen this place before.
Wait a second. This place looks kind of familiar.
62 hours till the world's gonna end, and we're falling through invisible walls.
No, seriously, Rock. I think I might know where we are.
Now I'm in some forest with huge trees, a castle, little dwarves.
Oh, Rock, I think we changed books. Hello, buddy.
Change books!
Yeah. I think we crossed over into something else.
And you know where we are.
Yeah. Grimm's Fairy Tales.
Plural, how many are there?
Oh my gosh, look. There's a cottage over there. Let's go see if anybody's home.
Oh, kid, now this place is dangerous. First you'll be kissing frogs, then dogs will be singing. And did you hear about that girl that almost got eaten by the wolf? Hello! Hello, my friends. Please have no fear, for you are truly welcome here.
Thanks a bunch.
All we really need are some directions. Both eat and drink what you require, and warm! Warm yourself beside the fire.
Why won't she answer us?
It's the world of peculiar talking.
Oh, the verse book. Everything's written in rhyme.
You mean we have to talk like that? Do come inside and take a seat. My granddaughter I soon will eat. You can meet. We're running out of time and we must go. I do not think I wanted so.
We don't know our way around these parts.
You do not need a map of chairs. Oh, we have to go, don't you see? You are going to anger me.
Please listen to what we said. Be careful.
You may end up dead. This lady has some scary looks.
I think it's time that we change books.
Do you think that we can?
Do you think that we should?
Well,
it looks like maybe she could
be a wolf. She's a wolf.
Oh no, Rock, this isn't good.
We're in Little Red Riding Hood. Let's get out of here, kid. What do you say?
Look at this road. It's gotta be the way.
But let's take this door instead. Is this your...
Please don't ask me if this is my bedroom.
Well, then where are we?
I have no idea. I've never seen this place before in my entire life. I don't even think this is in one of my books.
Well, great. Now we're falling into other people's books. Like who? Like Neighbor Man? Like Guy Next Door? What is that? Seriously, what is
Oh
that?
my gosh, it's a woobly. We must have fallen into one of my baby sister Rachel's books. It's a picture book. It's for first readers.
Are they